Welcome back. You're still with us on Startup Street. Now on the hot seat, IMAGEKIT, a startup that helps companies improve their web performance with real-time image optimization. The firm that initially started with an investment of 1.5 lakh rupees has seen 90% growth in a year with $2 to $3 million in revenues currently. I'm now joined by Rahul Nanwani, the co-founder and CEO of the startup. Rahul, thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Like I said, you provide media optimization services to over 850 companies and over 60,000 individual developers globally. Can you tell me what exactly it is that you're doing and what's the problem that you're trying to solve?
Sure. So thank you so much for having me on the show, first of all. To give you an example, right? So most of the companies that we work with have a lot of images or videos on their website, right? So these would typically be e-commerce companies, news and media, travel, content companies, right? So we help these companies that, whenever you have all of these images and videos on your website, how do you optimize them? How do you make sure that when you are delivering them on your websites and apps, that these are optimized, these are personalized for your users, and you're delivering the best possible experience that's possible for them, right? So make sure that your app loads fast, make sure that your website loads quickly. And not just that, we also help teams manage all of these images and videos and other digital assets that they are creating, right? So for example, an e-commerce company could be getting product images either from, let's say, their photographers or from some third parties. These could be user uploaded content, or it could be some sales banner that is getting generated internally. So right from the time where all of these digital assets are getting created or your teams are collaborating on them, from that collaboration and management to the final delivery that happens on websites and apps, and how are you delivering them in the right format, compression, etc. We provide the product that helps these companies do that.
All right, you're bootstrapped and you're profitable. So what's the kind of growth you've seen so far? What's the revenue currently? And what are the targets you've set for yourself going forward?
Yeah, so we have been bootstrapped all along, and we have been lucky that we have had the right team in place who has been able to execute and make sure that, we are able to sustain and grow organically. In the last trailing 12 months, we have had a growth of almost 90% in terms of revenues. We have been able to increase our average customer value from, because of the new products that we have introduced and because of, improvement in sales and marketing. And the target that we're looking at now, let's say for the next 2 to 3 years, is to triple our revenues from where we are at right now. And that would obviously involve more investment in the product and more investment in the team, which has, it's already started. We are in that process. And even during the journey, we believe that we have the funds to, organically do this ourselves. But then having said that, though we have been bootstrapped, we are, not ruling out any kind of external investment. But then as of now, things look on track for achieving this 3x number in the next 3 years.
So you're targeting a 3x number. You're also not, you're
6x,
open to outside investment as well. And you just mentioned about the new products that you're launching. So can you tell me about these new offering and where's the next leg of growth coming for you from?
Right. So we started off working only with images, right? So images used to be the mainstay for most e-commerce websites or content websites in terms of the media that they have on the website. But then in the last few years, you would have seen that videos have sort of taken over in terms of the content that you consume. And it has also become easier for companies to produce videos, right? So in line with that, IMAGEKIT has also launched its own video product where, let's say you start off with a large original video file, then how do you optimize it for maybe for a mobile user who is viewing it on Android or viewing it on iOS, deliver a native video viewing experience there. So that's part one. And second, we are also expanding into the digital asset management space. So essentially, how does your team collaborate, right? So now we have a lot of content getting produced. You have your teams distributed in several different cities. And just to, let's say, execute a single marketing campaign, there would be different teams that get involved in that execution, right? It could be your graphic designers, external photographers, marketing, legal, technology. How do you bring all of these different teams on board to a single platform which has all of your digital content that is getting created? And from that central repository of content, how do you then distribute it to your different customer-facing apps and websites, right? So these are the two new things that we have worked on. We started with images. We are now getting into videos and digital asset management. And we see a lot of growth coming just because of these two sectors, right? So individually, these two markets, video delivery and processing, as well as digital asset management, both of these are double-digit billion-dollar plus markets globally. there are already several large existing players in these markets.
Right.
And we hope that, with the offering that we are now providing, which is well suited for mid-market SMBs as well as Indian customers, we do see a lot of growth coming from that side.
All right. So looking at video as well over there. Can you tell me the kind of clients that you work with? You have a huge portfolio. How do you plan to expand this client base, and how have you helped your clients scale?
Right. So we have, almost every, let's say, renowned category in India. We have a customer from that category working with us, right? So it could be some of the largest grocery delivery startups, eyewear companies, or ticket booking platforms, edtech platforms. All of them in India and globally, they use ImageKit to deliver or manage the images that they have on the website. We are seeing now a lot of growth coming in from international markets. We already have customers from 60 plus countries now. Right. But then, unlike a lot of SaaS companies, a lot of our revenue still come from India. So while India is a solid market for us, even right now, we do see a lot of potential in growth from global markets, especially US and Europe, as well as we are seeing a lot of growth from Southeast Asia, especially Indonesia and Middle East. So we are sort of doubling down in terms of our sales and marketing efforts in these regions to make sure that we hit our revenue targets that we have set for ourselves. In terms of what benefits do we do our customers get out of it? There are two kinds of benefits. One is for the internal teams, where with the access to this tool, it becomes easier for them to execute their marketing campaigns, or let's say if they want to launch a new UI, if they want to build that right customer experience on their apps for all of these images and videos that they're delivering. With ImageKit in place, it becomes easier for them to do it so that they can focus on their core business, right? So for an e-commerce company, the core business is still the product they sell, or the payments, operations, warehousing, etc., so that they can focus on that problem, leave the media optimization to us. And on the customer side, it helps them deliver a more optimized experience. Their websites load faster, their conversion rates go higher. Right. Also helps them in SEO. So overall, it's a win-win situation where their users get a better experience and their internal teams are able to execute faster as well.
Absolutely. So you were talking about your revenue mix. Can you just tell me, you said India is an exciting market. So can you tell me what the revenue mix is like, and what are the geographies that are right now exciting you?
Right. So 30% of our revenue still come from India, right? And that's primarily because we started off in India. When we first started selling products, our first probably 10 customers, all of them were from India, right? And we still continue to have them on board, and we still continue to onboard newer customers in India itself. So India would remain a strong, let's say, market for us, unlike a lot of other SaaS companies. But then we now see a lot of inbound coming in from US companies as well as Europe. So we are looking to expand in these two territories as well, right?
All right. So 30% of your revenues there coming from India, and looking at US and Europe as well. We wish you all the best on this journey. Thank you so much for joining us on the show, Rahul.
Thank you so much, Arundhati. Have a good day.
Well, thank you, Arundhati, for that lovely conversation. It's